Hi, I'm Dana. I once again have a gigantic pile of laundry. We don't swear in intros. I have a gigantic pile of laundry that I need to put away. So for anyone that's new, I do these little body doubling videos where I chatter a load of shite that doesn't actually matter in any way. So you can have it on entirely in the background and do whatever it is you've been getting around to. If you fancy it, there's no pressure. We're not trying to create like a demand avoidance situation. But I'm getting around to the thing that I've been procrastinating. And if you wanted to do the same along with me, this is an opportunity to do so. I want to get this done quite fast because obviously today is Sunday. I've been filming pretty much everything as it goes up, which is stressful, but we're doing it. So I want to get to Asda before they close because I've decided that I'm finally going to do a big thing that I've been intending to do for many, many years and been waiting for the right moment. I've decided that the right moment isn't coming, so I'm creating the right moment. I'm just gonna do it. And it's gonna be one of like my fun little surprise things from the live stream at Christmas. So like, I'm pretty sure that YouTube will like preserve that and post it when I'm done if anyone wants to watch it like afterwards. But I will also probably talk about what it is I end up doing because I'm really looking forward to it. But it's special interest related. Like a lot of people are going to be like, that's not that big a deal, and it isn't, but for me it kind of is. Oh, that's already on a hanger, how brilliant. What do I have to talk about? I did already mention it in a video, but I went and saw Jodie Whittaker live and that was incredible. That's pretty much the only thing I've been up to be honest with you. I mean, I did go to the event where I wore this little dress, but I've already talked about everything in videos. That's the thing with posting daily content. I do not do things daily. Like, I'm trying real hard to like post things and be interesting, but I also don't do very many interesting things. And being able to like talk about an interesting thing in a video once a month works for me much better than trying to do it even once a week, never mind nearly on the daily. But I have also been really enjoying the like amount of content that I've been posting and the amount of interaction it's gotten. Like, not in like my videos guys, but like in the way of like I've been actually talking to you guys, and this is insane, but you know, like it's been actual, like, maybe interaction's the wrong word, maybe I'm trying to say communication, but it's been a good time and I've been really enjoying it, and it's got me really looking forward to the live streams on Christmas because I don't know, I'm worried about being on my own for Christmas. I don't want to be on my own for Christmas. I wish that I had people to be with, and it very much feels like I'm not so much having to make a compromise, it's just a different type of having people with me, you know? And maybe it's a bit parasocial, maybe it's not the healthiest, but I think it's gonna be fun. And sometimes that's what I need. Because, this might be a burnout update to be fair, because I tried to film a vlog yesterday because I was like, I have exciting things that I should get done. I did one thing, did not do the things that were actually exciting. I was like, I don't have the energy, and then I just procrastinated until I went to bed. And it's one of those things where, like, even though I'm like, I just procrastinated, I just didn't get it done. And it's like, I'm fucking tired, to be honest with you. Like, just on the daily, even when I've had, like, 8 hours sleep and I've slept well, I'm just fucking tired. I've had enough. I think that was what, like, the big thing with the, like, little social event that I went to that I just legged it from, is that I'm just tired. I don't have the energy for it. And as much as I can try and hype myself up and get myself there, I don't have the energy to socialize, to communicate with people, to like just do things that I enjoy doing, you know? Like that's where I like frustrate myself somewhat in burnout, because like I'm doing this, like I will push and push and push myself to do the things that I feel like I need to do, and then when it comes to the stuff that I want to do, I don't have the energy left because I've pushed and pushed and pushed to do the stuff that I needed. And in reality, if I didn't do that, if I like took a fucking break and just like let the dishes pile up a little bit, let the clothes get a bit much, I'd then have the energy to do the things I enjoy, which would probably be more, you know, like mentally beneficial to me. But then I've got all these dishes and all these clothes and all of this is just piling up, and it's a constant stress, and I'm constantly thinking about it because I've let it do that before. That's the thing, I didn't let it do it. I've had that happen to me before where I've been trying my damn hardest and I just can't keep up with things because I don't have the energy. I don't have like the mental anything. Like that's the thing, is when I say I'm tired, I don't even just mean physically, I mean like I'm physically and mentally and emotionally just done in, and it's so difficult to even like think sometimes, you know. And like when I've talked about this before, I've gotten the comments that are like, oh, you don't need to keep posting here if it's burning you out and stuff though, and I'm like, it's not this, it ain't this. YouTube has become like such a nice positive little place for me, and like to be fair, it pretty much always has been. I've always loved YouTube and enjoyed making content, but over the last like, since I moved into the last place I was living in, it became like a real fucking lifeline and a real like, it's been real just important, and a really like, it's again probably not the healthiest thing in the world. I really don't want to breed parasocial relationships and stuff, but it has been like a major support system and a major confidence boost and a major just positive thing for me. And I do think some of it's that my videos are very nearly just therapy, and I could do with therapy, but you know, like, it's not all that, it's not entirely that. But again, I don't want to go too far into that because I do want to make like a little, that's the thing, I really like emotionally want to make a little thank you video talking about how I feel about like all of it on the whole. But I don't know if it comes across as like really cocky or big-headed or just generally like weird, because like I never liked when YouTubers that I liked did post saying like, I love you guys so much and it's been so great. I was always like, what? You know, I don't want to be that person, but I also do have a lot of appreciation for the people that watch and the people that comment, and like I've got a lot of feelings, you know, like not to be the girl in Mean Girls, but I really do have a lot of feelings. I just want to bake a cake and have everyone be happy. I also need to sort out my pyjamas because I bought a load of new pyjamas when I was in America, and I bought new pyjamas when I got back because I love pyjamas, but now I have like just too many. There's too many. I've got like an absolutely, oh that's nice, the back of the collar's like satin, but I'm overwhelmed with pyjamas. But I also want to go to Primark because I got like the Glinda and top and the Alpha bottoms, and now I want to get it the other way around so that I have both sets. But I also like, that's the thing with like when things, so Wicked's a bit of a weird one for me because I don't really consider it to be a special interest, but I also think that a lot of musical theatre and a lot of theatre in general would be more of a special interest for me if it was more accessible for me. Like as a working class person who's never been a student, I never had the opportunity of getting like cheap tickets and stuff. A lot of the times that I've been to the theatre, especially before I met Winter, it was because I'd found like a cheap like 30 quid unobstructed view ticket, you know, and or I'd watched a bootleg, or there was the odd one like I had Cats and Joseph on tape. So I, you know, like when something's my special interest, I need to be able to obsess and focus on it. And if it's a theatre show that I'm going to get to see once every 10 years or something, that's, I can't let myself have it. So I saw Wicked when I was 16, and then I saw it again when it toured to Liverpool, I think when I was about like 21, and oh, I cried through it both times. I regularly listen to the soundtrack. Like it's been one of those things that's sort of like a background thing where, again, I don't want to call it special interest because it wasn't and isn't, but like I had the interest in it the whole time, you know. It's always been like the thing I like. So with it suddenly being like really popular and having merch everywhere and like having affordable merch everywhere and being just so incredibly accessible, I do want to buy it all. I want to have like a full Wicked collection. I want to be one of those like big consumers people that like buys the entire lot, especially with Primark. I saw that some of them are doing like a bedspread like throw thing, and I keep checking the one by me and they haven't had it, but I want it, and it's only like £16, so I could realistically afford it. And I'm trying to hold myself back. I don't think I necessarily should, because I don't want to be like, it's a trend, because like I say, like it's been 11 years since I first saw it and enjoyed it, and I've been like regularly engaging in parts of the soundtrack and things like that ever since. But it's also not been like a whole big thing for me, and I'm not going to pretend like it has been. But it is also something I really love, and something I think I probably would have spent a long time being a lot more passionate about if it was something that I had more access to. And that's the thing with like having met Winter, they lived in London for a good little while, so it's not a terrifying big city to them. And they also, like with the whole wheelchair thing, we get to buy the disabled tickets, so then like my one will be like half price or free, so then we can just pay for it between us, and it's, you know, it's a lot more affordable, it's a lot more accessible. And I do feel like I found like some sort of like loophole that I shouldn't be telling people about, but it's also like just the basic disability accommodation. But that's also meant that like a lot of the time the disabled seats are in actually good positions. Or at least they are in London. We went to like some really dodgy one in Manchester, but anyway, So like in London, a lot of the time the disabled seats are either like quite close to the front. Like when we saw JD Whittaker, we were very close to the front. I think we were only like 5 or 6 rows back. And when we saw both Hades Town and Spirited Away, which was incredible, we got put in boxes. And I feel like I've probably talked about this on my channel before, but I fucking loved that. Because number one, I felt very posh. I felt very fancy being a box in a London theatre. Like that's, I genuinely feel like that's probably the poshest thing I've ever done, is drink a fucking cocktail in the box of a London theatre. That was real fancy and posh and cool for me. But also, like, as someone who's obviously autistic and stims and fidgets, and like, I can't sit still for the fucking life of me. And I try really hard when I'm in a theatre. So I don't want to be a distraction to anyone around me. I don't want to risk distracting the fucking actors. Like, I do my best, but I struggle with it, and I often like leave the theatre with like my knees hurt, my hips hurt, my arms hurt. Like I've just been holding myself in these weird positions because I don't want to keep moving, but I'm also not comfortable. So being put in a box where it's like it's just me and Winter, or me and whoever we're there with, or like us and a couple of other disabled people, and I'm not gonna be a distraction, you know. Like, there's no one sat behind me that's watching my head bob up and down. There's no one like all that close to me to hear if I'm like breathing weird or the other things that I get fucking anxious about. It's just such a good idea, and it's so much more comfortable, and I really appreciate that places are doing that. But again, that is something I've only actually experienced in London. I've not had that happen anywhere else. I bought these vintage 80s leg warmers that I'm really excited to wear. I'm gonna style them at some point. I say this every time I do my clothes, but I really do want to start doing more fashion videos again. Because like, it was a completely different set of people that interacted on my fashion videos as well. And I feel like you guys are still floating around and hanging about, but like, that was the content you were here for, and it was the content you were actively interested in and had things to say stuff about. I mean, it does just take more effort than other types of content, like this type of content, to be honest with you, and I've been fucking tired, so some of it's that. But I don't like the comments that I've gotten on a lot of my fashion videos, because when posting, I was really anxious people would be horrible, because I grew up fat. I'm very used to people saying mean things about my body and just talking about my body in ways that they shouldn't be, in ways that like, it's just weird. I'm just like, why are you doing that? So I was expecting those types of comments, and instead I got a lot of very sexually motivated comments that made me very uncomfortable. And you know, like, it's the thing of like, when it was, I had the girls, the gays and the theys commenting on like their fashion. I was like, yes, brilliant, I love it, had really good discussions. And then the men would just like comment the most weird ass bollocks that made me so uncomfortable. And it is one of those things where like, the only way to protect from that is not making that content. And you know, you can do the review comments and all that kind of stuff, but I also like, a lot of you guys are like me and we swear in the comments and we say things that like the YouTube whatever like picks up as being whatever. So I go through my reviewed comments, and a lot of them aren't things that I would have chosen to be reviewed, you know? Like, other than like a handful of videos that have gotten a bit like over the top, I don't have any sort of like system on my comments. I just see them as they come in, and if it's shitty then I delete it, you know? Like, I don't get like such an overwhelming amount of comments or such an overwhelming amount of hate that I need to have those types of review systems in place. But YouTube still reviews and like has me like personally review all sorts of stuff that gets posted, but I don't really know why, because I have like turned it all off. But obviously like, I would still go in there and see it, and it made me just cripplingly fucking uncomfortable, you know? Like, I think, like, obviously no woman should be being faced with like uncomfortable comments from men, full stop. But especially when it's like, I wasn't posting sexy outfits, you know? It wasn't like, check out my bikini haul. And again, women posting that kind of content also shouldn't be getting creepy, uncomfortable comments. I'm not saying that like, I'm better than them and deserve nicer treatment, but also, like, I'm not showing my tits, I'm not showing my body. I wear quite like modest clothing for the most part. That's just how I'm comfortable. That's just my personal style. It's nothing like, I don't have any sort of purity culture going on. If you want your tits out, get your tits out. I don't even do that, you know? Like, I don't even do the things that we're told not to do if you don't want like uncomfortable attention from men. And I still received it. It really, that's the thing, is like, it does not matter what we do as a woman. If a man wants to be creepy, he's gonna be fucking creepy, and they so often do. And like, to be fair, one of the things I really appreciate about like my regular viewers, and the thing that I really like about like the interaction that I'm having, and the thing that I appreciate is that like, so many of you are just normal fucking people. Like, that's the thing, is that, like, it feels like a lot of the time when we have conversations about, like, men's behaviour, so many men dive in to be like, I'm not like that, I don't do that. And a lot of the time when I've talked about it, the guys that I know are watching my videos, y'all just stay quiet because you know it's not you, and oh, I love it. Is that how people still do hearts? Is that... It's just, like, yeah, you know it's not you don't need to say anything because you're not the issue. But all my whinging and moaning there, like I said, like, overall, I love this platform, and I really, really adore the little community we've got going here, and I really like that so many of you guys seem to also like the community and like each other and, like, talk to each other and stuff. It really feels like a cute, nice little support system where people are just sort of accepted, and it's lovely. Like, I read every, like, main comment that comes in. I don't always see all of the replies, and I'll be honest with you, the notification system just, like, doesn't do it for me. But I was looking through one comment, like, random comment the other day that had a bunch of replies on it, and it was so nice seeing y'all, like, chatting with each other, and someone had said something or another that was, like, not quite controversial. Like, if someone comments something that I think's shitty, I'm gonna just delete it, and it wasn't like that. But I did read it and was like, oh. And then someone else had replied being like, did you mean this? And the original person was like, no, I don't mean that. I meant more like this, this, and this. And they were like, oh, I thought so because of this, this, and this. And seeing people just approach each other in my comments with that level of empathy and the understanding of, like, we all autistic here. Like, what I'm getting from this, I could be misreading. You might have, like, put it across. You know, like, there's just this understanding of, like, we got social difficulties here, so I'm gonna make sure before we just go all in. And I see that, like, semi-regularly, and I absolutely adore it. And I also feel like I get that from you guys as an audience as well. You know, there's been a lot of times when people have left comments for me being like, it sounded like you said this here, did you? And I've been able to be like, God, no, that's not what I meant. And people have understood it and not been like, well, that's what you said. You know, like, I feel like there is just a level of empathy and understanding that I haven't seen in an awful lot of other places on the internet. And I'm just so fucking thankful and grateful I get to be a part of it and get to see it and get to experience it. Because it's just, like, that's the thing, is so much of this YouTube channel is just, like, refilled some of my faith in that, like, most people are trying to be good people. Most people try to be kind people. We might not always manage it. People are deeply flawed and very complex, and we have all sorts of shit going on. But for the most part, I am back to thinking that most people try to be nice. Usually, in some area. See, that's the thing, is I've moved back to an area that I absolutely fucking despise. And one of the big reasons I despise it is because the people, genuinely, I've never experienced people that are just so caught in their own bubble and completely unaware of everything and everyone around them, and so incredibly immediately aggressive the moment they become aware of anything outside of their bubble. I really don't like it. I really don't enjoy it. I really want to move away as quickly as possible, but I also mentally, physically, emotionally don't have the energy to move again. Financially, do not have, like, I don't have anywhere to go, you know? I don't have anything. This is it. This is all I have right now. I'm gonna have to just make the most of it, and I am trying to. But, like, I don't want to have to get a train or a bus to go anywhere because that makes me more anxious. So I do just, like, walk into town, and then I'm like, God, I fucking hate this town and everybody here. And I don't want to be like that, you know? I don't want to approach people with, like, shittiness, but, like, they're shitty. These are my last pair of socks. All I've got to do now is shove stuff in the shelves and hang stuff up. So as usual, I'm gonna just go and... Why? I keep trying to make huge happen because fucking Blackbeard said it and our flag means death. And this is the thing, I adapt so much into my, like, vocabulary based on the things that I'm watching. And that is one that just... It don't fit with the way I talk, with my accent, with, like, any of the rest of it. But I still keep finding myself just saying, like, on the usual. It's ridiculous. Yeah. If you, as always in the comments, if you want to let me know what you've gotten up to, anything you thought, anything that you've got going on. I really enjoy reading comments, like we've said repeatedly in this video, so do that if you fancy it. I post on Tuesdays, Thursdays and Sundays, but I have just been like posting as I fancy throughout December. I also have a Patreon and a Ko-fi account that you can find, along with my TikTok and Instagram, link down below. Whoever you are, wherever you are, I hope you're having a lovely morning, evening, day, afternoon, week, month, year, and I will see you again in a couple of days.